we go. We are getting in, and Puppypaw spawning in the western side as the Holy Roman Empire.
And in the eastern side, we've got RecoN on the English. And let's see how he's gonna do this, because yesterday we saw English immediately go for a villager rush here
Yeah,
on
and
the
that's
opponent's
exactly
dock.
what we see. 3 villagers moving out. It must just be that magic number that players have decided that is the current one to be able to build the dock, continue to build up that wood economy. And it's all about scouting out that other side dock because you want to counter out theirs and also lay down your own, have your economy behind it to start pumping out your own fishing ships. And there we go. Doc has been spotted by RecoN. So let's see what Puppypaw's reaction might be. He will end up finishing up that dock, and RecoN is going to look to just drop a dock right on next to it.
Yeah, we've got the exact same situation as yesterday where Anatan did this, and we obviously pointed
Oh,
out that there should have been a tower, and there comes the tower.
yeah. Instead of a dock at all, it will just be an outpost, and you see a shift click to a mill next to it. So he plans on just gathering up this shoreline fish, saving up the wood, doesn't plan on dropping his own dock, but just counteract the fishing on the other side. If there was a couple months ago updates to where outposts actually did do damage to fishing ships now. So with I think 4 villagers inside of it, it one shots a fishing ship. So we'll be able to make mincemeat of those fishing ships if he desires. Oh, I might be wrong. Might be five. Might be five. That looked a little
Yeah.
tankier than I thought. Maybe 2 shots.
However many it is, Puppy has to micro this a lot, or he has to spend another 150 wood to get a second dock going. But apparently he's gonna choose the micro route.
Yeah, just gonna try to tank up those villagers for the time being, and a barracks dropped right down next to it. He pulls the fishing boat inside, does not want that fishing boat to go down, and so essentially where you're looking at this here now is a villager's being idled and the fishing boat's being idled, but Puppy, that fishing boat has been produced later on from the dock, so getting a little bit of an advantage, but RecoN will be putting more and more pressure on that dock, and we'll be able to house more, spear or men at arms inside without having to idle out these villagers.
Yeah, but Puppy's dock is now basically done for, since there's gonna be probably man at arms, maybe a few spears out. Anyway, right now Puppypaw is in the dark age, and he can't really contest this, so that
Yeah,
dock's gone.
yeah. The thing is, though, I think he might be dropping another dock a little further forward. Yeah, so we'll just be able to move
Unexpected.
his fishing ships around the map. It takes a long time to burn down a dock. So at this point in time, it's going to force RecoN to have to, try to prioritize one or the other. Puppypaw obviously just going to move the fishing boats down, going to start fishing down here, and hopefully just, go on his merry way on that side and not idle up too much economy. And there we see the villagers starting to be burnt as well. Puppy just trying to get as much as he can out of these fishing boats.
And Puppy's actually getting value from this. Kinda surprising to me. I thought RecoN would be able to shut this down harder. And RecoN doesn't have a fishing eco. He invested only in denial.
Yeah, and those men at arms are so expensive too. So it's not a small investment getting one men at arms out, as it's 100 food, 20 gold. Just how you said, he doesn't have that extra eco behind it. He's just got a second men at arms pop out, and so he's just now starting to burn down that dock. And Puppy, he's starting fishing at the other dock, so doesn't have a care in the world.
Yeah, and this hasn't been sorted out at all so far.
Yeah, Puppy as the HRE, whenever you're getting yourself any eco lead as the HRE, it just ends up, I feel like, compounding so much further compared to other civilizations just because you have inspiration as well. You got some, extra advantages, whether it's when you hit Castle Age of those relics and that ability, or, just the overall men-at-arms scariness that everyone knows and loves from the HRE.
Yeah, talking about scariness, here come triple English villagers heading for the HRE goal.
Yeah, the classic Vil rush. It's not 5 though, so won't be able to 2-shot Vils. And as Puppypaw has obviously spotted this out, he just backs his Vils on away. He is planning on already going up to feudal age. As you see the chapel, majority of villagers on top of it. I think that's 7 or so, and it already has the prelate over on the wood line. So he is just pumping out a ton of wood to be able to continue to pump out these fishing boats.
I'm a little confused what RecoN's trying to get from this, because he can't unless Puppy is asleep. He cannot kill a villager here. If he tries to build up a tower here, it's probably just gonna get burned down immediately.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like those 3 Vils get there in time to stop the first dock. And then, as you've seen, they haven't been able to do enough pressure at all. So I feel like it's like a midway commit. I feel like you need more or less. It's like, it's you either need a full commit or don't do this at all and go for your own water or go for something else, but hasn't been able to optimize that. And Puppypaw, you can already see the eco numbers skyrocketing. He's an age ahead, and RecoN isn't anywhere close due to how many men-at-arms he has invested into. 500 food into those men-at-arms.
Yeah, the staggered docks seem to really be working for Puppypaw. Like he just packs up and leaves, and there's gonna be 100 wood investment into a new tower every single time.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, it's like just delaying it though, because he's not killing the fishing boats. The fishing boats are still working, so he's still getting an advantage in this sense. We do see that one of the villagers is about to go down for Puppypaw, the one that had been, oh, maybe not, escapes with his life, as this man-at-arms has other plans.
First galley is out for the HRE. I mean, he can't really go under the tower here, so this dock's gonna be burned. But he can prevent the new tower going up at the other dock.
That is true, and this is really when it becomes very, very hard, especially if a second galley comes out. Might not be invested into, as that is quite a bit of resources, but just one galley will be able to do so much of this AoE damage to that group of men-at-arms, as well as just villagers. As you said, if they're trying to build an outpost, if it gets spotted out, you'll see, oh, well, if the galley moves forward an inch.
Yeah, and
There
there
it
he
is.
goes. Oh, it does so much damage.
Yep, and there's one down. There's, oh, it missed the shot. Barely got dodged by RecoN.
Thing here is, RecoN has 6 men-at-arms. I mean, of course, he has to take care of the fishing eco, but these 6 men-at-arms could also be at the HRE base, causing havoc. Whereas
Yeah.
Puppy feels like he doesn't take any damage here. Like all he took is getting 2 docks burned, which is 300 wood. It's not nothing, but he didn't lose any eco units.
Yeah, so that's really where, at this point in time, Puppy's moved out. The 3 villagers built an outpost denying gold. Puppy has been denied for gold for some time, but he stayed calm and composed. He just built up some men-at-arms, built up some spears, moved out in a big mass, and just took down that outpost like it was nothing. Couple villagers going down, and it is just about to be it in my eyes, as RecoN is behind a significant amount, just now hitting feudal, whereas Puppy, he's up, 8 eco. He's starting to transition to farms in this and has the military lead.
Yeah, and RecoN's just now building up his first dock, and it's gonna be a dock for military ships, not for fishing boats. So it's gonna be real hard for him to get back here, because Puppy's food eco is just off the charts right now.
Yeah, you can see it up at the top, 500 food per minute, and that's not even including the farms that have just now really started to start booming on up. He's going ahead and getting a blacksmith as well, so this will just compound even further with his military lead. RecoN just now getting his men-at-arms upgrade. Men-at-Arms moving forward for RecoN, about to clash into Puppypaw's. Puppypaw doesn't quite have that mass to fight under the upgraded outpost that we see, and RecoN is even getting the fortified outpost, so he wants to just take this mid-map control. I did say that, you know, you have to end up taking mid-map control in this map. You will have to move out and about. Puppy still has that fishing lead and is transitioning all of that extra food into military for the time being, as well as getting some blacksmith upgrades.
Yeah, I feel like these towers, these upgraded towers in the middle, they are not an issue right now, and I doubt they will be an issue because I feel like this game might be over at that point. But as soon as these fishing pools run out, Puppy's fishing boat has to go over there, and that's covered by the tower.
Exactly. Those Men-at-Arms going to go right back for that next dock, though, as well as having the other split. Puppypaw sees that right as RecoN goes for his dock. He moves up with his main force and goes for the outpost. That outpost just has some fortification to it, so tanky, as well as those villagers can pop out at any point in time, just hammer down a couple times and rebuild so much health into that. A Hulk has come out for RecoN, so that will be the game changer for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a horseman raid on RecoN's eco. He was on the stone, so he was likely going for a second town center, or for more arrow slits, who knows?
Yeah, the stone was for a lot of the outpost upgrades and the fortifications and whatnot, but you can end up transitioning that into a secondary town center if you get the resources for it. No villagers ever jumped out to hammer that up, so that would have done so much more. It would have just stalled out for a little bit longer, and, you know, just a little bit of extra time means so much, but that's 2 more villagers going down, as well as a couple more Men-at-Arms taking some extra damage, and potentially that barracks going down as well if Puppypaw decides to take this fight and wins it. Will be the clash. RecoN looks like he is starting to fall back away. Doesn't think he has the fight and getting his gold mine raided at the same time. So such a good job by Puppy utilizing this mobility, diving in and out of the gold mine, slowly denying some resources. Even has a Hulk out of his self to deny some vision from his side and probably try to reclaim this water.
So what do you think is RecoN's game plan to get back into this game? Like, what's his lifeline?
His lifeline is just winning a couple of these trades and hoping Puppypaw takes a fight that is not good for him. And, you know, it just doesn't seem like Puppypaw is doing that. Almost takes down another couple villagers and just continuing to compound. Oh, he does take down one and just continuing to compound this lead. It's amazing what just a few horsemen can do.
Yeah, it's not even that he's killing villagers, it's just the idle time he's causing, and meanwhile Puppy's eco is completely untouched. He's just living the best life right now. He's about to go to Castle Edge as well.
Yeah, and you can't forget about all that inspiration. Fight going down in the middle. Does look like RecoN has the numbers right here, but the Hulks are battling each other. Forces back the Vills. Puppypaw splits his army, so he will sacrifice a few of these Men-at-Arms. Horsemen circling around to help out just a bit. More villagers, though, is the key. More villagers idle time. They're quite low health, having to run back away, and Puppypaw might just take down 2 of those on his way out.
Yeah, RecoN also spends so much time with his villagers. Like all these pocket ecos, or it's not really eco. All these little bases with the towers, they take a lot of villagers to build. They were just running around, spending so much time on the map. So the eco count you see at the top is not even telling the whole story. RecoN is even further behind.
Yep, and that is going to compound even farther as Puppypaw gets Wheelbarrow. As we said, he already has some eco upgrades, but more importantly, Regnitz Cathedral has finished. Going in for another dive on the gold. RecoN nowhere close to this Castle Age. Puppypaw's just going to be able to get some of these upgrades in, get knights out on the map, and then all of his units that he has out are just going to be a class ahead of RecoN's.
Yeah, RecoN holds the military edge right now, but let's see how long that's going. Puppy hasn't queued any Castle Age upgrades though.
Oh, demo ship coming in will get a nice explosion on top of that. Ooh, not
Oh,
only hit the spring-heeled ship, but got damage on all of the fishing. So will be, you know, a little bit of that extra longer-term damage. Takes down a demo ship that just popped out for Puppypaw. So RecoN getting some good trades, taking advantage of that castle age timing of Puppy. But Puppy's castle, in just a little bit, he doesn't even really have to worry about this water anymore. As we talked about, he has those farms already. He's going to be able to start getting relics in, and those relics, they work a lot harder with that Regnus Cathedral.
Yeah, RecoN must be feeling fairly confident right now because he completely denied Puppy off the water. His fishing is gone. So he might be food starved, but he isn't because the farms are up as well already, as you said.
Yep, Puppy's even moved out onto those northern side. Barry's main clash going on in the middle. As we said, Puppypaw's unit's going to just be a little bit stronger, but he took this fight before his men-at-arms upgrade had finished and only has 3 men-at-arms by the time it finishes. Men-at-arms are primarily tanks, I would say. They're not really used for their high damage until Puppypaw might get those heavy bases, and then that's really when they will trade much better. But right now, it's just that he has that veterancy, so a little bit stronger, a little bit tankier, but overall still will need to get close to matching numbers.
I'm a little surprised actually that we don't see Landsknecht yet, because RecoN has a full melee unit.
Yeah, the thing is I think Puppy would just have the better men-at-arms with the heavy maces, and then you win into everything, including longbows if RecoN transitions into that. So it beats every single unit that RecoN can make at this point in time. Whereas land snakes, they'll get sniped out, and they're still a little squishy.
RecoN trying to deny the relics here, but alas, he's a little bit too late.
Yep, I laughed. Puppypaw escorted that relic with 7 villagers. He was moving out with an outpost, getting vision, and this was that little bit of some berries that I was talking about. RecoN's still trying to deny the docks, but this is where Puppy and men-at-arms are starting to get tankier and tankier. Surprised he still doesn't. Oh, good little raid on those berries. Hadn't fallen back yet. A ton of vills going idled off of that food, but Puppy will slowly be able to just drop a few more farms into play by home. Those are being inspired. He still does have a gold, still does have some units being pumped out. Those eco numbers look a little more even. The problem for RecoN is just the age difference.
Yeah, I'm surprised RecoN is still in this game. That's I'm not gonna lie here. And he also evened out the economy count, so he's slowly getting back. But as you said, still an age down. So let's see if he can actually survive the transition to his own castle age.
Yeah, Puppy just hasn't quite gotten some of those vital upgrades that he needs, and he's also taken a few fights that just weren't beneficial for himself. He took a couple, like I said, men-at-arms fights before his men-at-arms were upgraded, and RecoN had the numbers, but this is where Knight gets a charge in, a couple of his men-at-arms jump into play, and a lot of RecoN's men-at-arms at this point are lower health. Look at how efficient they just traded into that Knight, as there's 2 spears there to support and help bolster some of those other units, and Puppypaw is even just going for a full Vill surround. He knows that these are still feudal age units. Says, all right, this will still just be more than enough. I might lose a few Vills, but might have lost 1 or 2 Vills.
Yeah, he lost 1.
But still not the worst thing, as all he really needs to do is stabilize. RecoN, he's been pumping out fishing boats. He has taken this mid-map control that I said was so important.
Yeah, the fishing boats are really like his saving grace for RecoN right now. This is what enables him to match the castle age units with bigger numbers. But at the same time, he needs to build up a bank so he can go to castle himself. And here come the raids.
Yeah, and Puppy through all this, like, yes, it looked like he was losing some of those fights at home, but it was because he was shilling off units to continue this raid, continue getting more idle time, and securing more relics through this, as I just heard another relic be picked up. I think he's up to 3 now, on the way back. 2 on the way, but yeah, 2 are on the way back. So about to be 3 total relics in play, and that's just a little too much gold income, as those 3 relics will match up what RecoN is getting as far as his gold income by a lot.
Yeah. If Puppy
Peace out.
actually just to snack all the relics on the map, he's gonna have 800 per minute just for free. It's not gonna be pretty.
Not at all. A couple of those Vills moving out. They are quite low health. There's still a few more men at arms. I wonder what their plan is in play.
The
Was the
plan was
boar-
to take the boar, but Puppy seems to be a little bit APM capped right now.
Yeah, he has
Doing
stuff
raiding
going
on all
on
sides.
everywhere. There's so much stuff going on. Knights, you see how, even though they're going against spears, they're taking decent trades. Some villagers that moved out onto the wood lines getting denied. And Puppy, he's starting to take some damage now. RecoN seems like he's stabilizing a little bit, and he is about to match up that castle age, and that'll be a second TC for himself.
Yeah, the second town center for English is gonna be huge. Like, he already caught up in eco units. That's mainly because of the fishing boats, which can easily be denied, as we've seen earlier. But that second town center, Puppy probably needs to match it. I mean, of course he has the relics, but yeah.
Yeah, the way Puppy matches that is just by going up to Imperial Age and having like 4 town centers with Swabia.
It helps.
But the real benefit for Puppy is he's still idling out some eco. We see these 2-minute-arms still getting some pretty good value as 20 villagers going idle is really the key there. Doesn't matter if they get kills or not. And those villagers move back out onto the gold. And this is the timing where
Unexpected? Unexpected? What did he just lose?
This is the timing when RecoN gives it up. It just was the military count. Yeah, that's really the key. So even if RecoN drops his castle age, he just knows that he can't pump out 30 units in blink of an eye. Just won't be enough time to stabilize. Puppypaw was already doing the correct thing, which was just ignoring some of the stuff in the middle, going to